a quick instructional video of how to use the Hydrolite P sampler. The unit comes with a power supply, the unit, and 5 shuttles. You have a standard shuttle for particulate, the standard shuttle, which is the same as you used to with the Hydrolite. There's a shuttle for the water pad, same as with the original Hydrolite. And then there's 2 shuttles. These are 47 millimeter shuttles for the Navy particulate sampling. If you were in the Army, you'd get 37 millimeter shuttles. So you get one of the 2. So to run the unit, it's quite easy. And then as usual, plug it in and power it up. It'll come up, there'll be a logo on. When the instrument turns on, it's always in water. So it's normally sampling, looking for water. So if you put a standard in, you'll see it'll switch to a standard value for water, which is the normal. So you can go ahead and do water sampling the same way you historically have done it. For particulate, if I try to put a particulate in and I've just turned it on, I'll get a message that says standard needed. And that's because we haven't standardized the unit to do particulate work yet. And that's quite easy to do. So we take this particulate standard shuttle, and it has 2 sides. One side is the standardization side, and the second side is the verification side. And you start with the standard shuttle with this little slider pulled out all the way hard, and that gives you the first. If you put it in the wrong way, it'll tell you the same thing as it told you when you put in a sampler, standard needed. So you can't really make a mistake. So to standardize it, you have the shuttle all the way out, you plug the standard side in, it says it on the top, and it will come up and go standard process 1. And that just means that it's measuring the first standard pad. And that takes a couple of seconds for it to do. And when it's done measuring the first standard side, it says push the plunger in, which we do. And then it's standard process 2 will come up, and you wait, and then it says standard complete. Now you can use the box to do standard sampling, but if you want to verify that it's operating correctly, you can put the standardization shuttle in the other way up and run like you're running a regular particulate measure. Again, shuttle out. It goes in, now you see it says particulate measure. And when it's done the first part, it'll ask you to put the second pad in, which is what you do with a particulate. And install the next pad, so you slide the shuttle in, getting data, and then it'll come up 4.9 milligrams. The value on the standard is 5.0, so you are standardized and operating. Now the standardization of the unit is good until you either turn the unit off or about 2.5 days, and then it'll reset itself and tell you have to re-standardize it. Okay, to do particulate sampling, use a 47 millimeter holder with 2 pads, standard Navy issue sampler, and you have a standard issue Navy bottle, 800 milliliter sample drawn through using your vacuum test fixture. When you're done, you take the 2 pads out, and here I have these 2 sample pads, and you take, I'm just going to re-wet it. This would be the top pad, the pad with the dirt, and you just install it into the holder, and then this is the bottom pad, the pad that was underneath, that's clean, no particulate. Just try to make sure, you see how there's little bubbles here around the outside? Those don't matter, you just can't have, you want a nice round ring in the center. So you take the top pad first and slide it in. When you slide that in, it'll snap over and say particulate measure, which means it's recognized that you slid a particulate pad in. And when it's completed doing the first pad, it'll ask you to put the second pad. And then it's always top pad first. It says install next pad. Now you have 30 seconds from the time you pull that pad out to install the second one. So you should have it ready in the shuttle. Install that in, and now it says getting data. So now it's measuring the second pad, and then it will display the results. So here it said it's 0.4 milligrams per liter. Now that message will stay there until it either times out in about 30 seconds to a minute, or until you remove this. When you remove this, it says water measurement. It's gone back to water measurement. So that's the complete process for making a particulate measurement with the Hydralyte P.